What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Now today's video is going to be a more in-depth look at the Megane Trophy, which I recently obviously just purchased. So I've had it now for about a week, so I've been driving it around and got to know what it's all about and learn how to actually use everything that's on it, because this thing is rammed full of stuff. So hopefully we're going to get a cheeky little 0 to 60 in there maybe if we've got time, and a spec list and stuff, and I'll show you the actual spec that I got with the car. So let's jump into the video.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Now, just before we get started today, I'm pleased to announce that today's video is sponsored by none other than
Raid Shadow Legends. Start now. Got him!
Today's sponsor is, of course, Raw Details. Now, we've been working on a collaboration for a while, so quote Versionone at the checkout, or to him directly and get 10% off his Sapphire or Emerald packages, or 15% off his Diamond and above. So get your car booked in if you're in the Essex or surrounding areas, and leave with your car looking its best. So for those of you that don't know much about the Megane, this is a 1.8 litre turbocharged, it's 300 horsepower, and this is the EDC model, so it comes with a little bit more torque. It's got 420 newton meters of torque, and this, like I say, this is the trophy model, so it comes with a valved exhaust, it comes with the LSD, comes with the cup chassis and stuff like that as well. So jumping into the front of the car, we've got these lovely Pure Vision LED headlight units. They are so bright, especially on the high beam. But yeah, the DRLs are actually housed inside the light and they run right through into the bump here. So when the car is running and like in the daylight and stuff, these are surprisingly bright. You can see them DRLs from a mile away, and they look really smart. Well, like I say, when they curve into the bumper, to add a little bit of extra of line, of like bodywork line. Down here as well, we've got the fogs, the Renaultsport flag fogs, the signature model that kind of came on all of the newer sort of Renault models. They are actually spots. They come on with your full beam, and they actually come on and off depending on the way you're turning as well. So if you're turning left, the left one lights up. It's almost like that curb lighting they've had in a lot of modern cars recently. So getting into wheels and tyres now, these are actually the official OEM tyre that come with this car on the 19. It's the Bridgestone Potenza S001, and they are a 235 35 19, like I say, wrapped on this trophy wheel, the 19-inch wheel. Got plans for these wheels, but we'll get into that at a later date. And tucked in behind there, as you can see, is the Brembos that come as standard, with the grooved brakes for plenty of stopping power. The Megane as standard comes with this very wide road presence. Like, it's a very wide car, a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be officially, and it even comes with these official vents, which I couldn't believe actually when I bought the car. They're actually real. A lot of manufacturers now are just using blanks and stuff to make it look sporty. Not sure if it has a function, but oh well. It's the little things you appreciate, like for example these auto folding mirrors.
Nice.
So for those of you that don't know much about the Megs, like I said, this actually has four-wheel steer, kind of like a monster truck where the front wheels go one way and the back wheels go another. Not sure on the degree, but it's up to about 62 miles an hour. The rear wheels will actually assist on turning and makes this car feel agile. Now, being a modern car as well, this is packed full of electronics. It's got reverse sensors, side sensors, front sensors for parking. It's got park assist, reverse camera, which most cars have these days. But this thing has got all of the tech to go alongside of it, and it makes it feel like the perfect daily. Nice little touch as well, it's got the shark fin aerial, which I don't know if that's an optional extra. Obviously it looks a lot better, a lot sleeker, and doesn't have that great big kind of aerial hanging off the top. It's got a big boot, the end, get around to the back of the car. Really wide stance, really big road presence, and these awesome lights that run all the way through the boot lid into the side as well. These look awesome at night, especially when you're trailing it and stuff, and it looks great in photos. This cheeky little diffuser down here, I say little, is fairly big to be fair, and either side of this centre exit exhaust that is actually valved, which sounds like this. Getting into the interior now, it's very un-French in here. Everything is so much nicer built, like everything is very sturdy. The plastics are a lot nicer, they're soft to touch, carbon trim here and there, interior like mood lighting. Obviously I opted in for the EDC. I wanted an auto, and I know this gearbox is so much better than it was in the Clio, and obviously can't go without saying about these beautiful Recaro Alcantara seats. Now this interior, the headliner and all the interior is actually black, and it's such a nice, feels really quality to sit in. Like even the armrest is Alcantara, the wheels half Alcantara. These paddles are much nicer than the Clio was, a bit bigger as well. I'm pretty sure they're bigger, and they're black as well, so they kind of blend in a little bit. But these seats are absolutely phenomenal. They're £1,500 extra, but I guarantee you, if you're looking to spec one of these Megs, definitely get it with these seats. Down in this middle console as well, like I say, obviously where the shifter is, the automatic shifter. We've got the dual sense button here, so this goes straight to like the modes, the sport and race modes and stuff, just by a touch of that button. It's got a automatic parking brake, which I wasn't too keen on at the start, but as I've got to use it, I find that it's very useful, because the minute you go into park, it all applies, and the minute you go to drive away, it comes straight off. So I'm into that now. And it's got the speed limiter and cruise control down here as well. A bit of a funny place to have them, because they're here, but yet the controls are on the wheel, so I don't know why they didn't put them together. But yeah, so you just notch that on, and then you obviously adjust the speed on the wheel, along with all the other stuff on here. Like you can answer your phone from here, up and down speed on there, and you can volumes down here, and then you can flick through the cluster actually, so you can see some important information, like say tyre pressure and stuff like that, so you can just flick through on there, so nice and easy. Now getting into the centre console, it has this 7.5 inch, I think it is, screen in the middle, and just recently got RS monitor installed, which was available to be done over the internet or over the phone. The RS monitor has actually been like revamped and redone, and it's a much nicer, cleaner, subtle look. So obviously I've had a little mess around with this, so I've just got like the bar graphs up here, intake temps and coolant temps and stuff, and then I've got torque and horsepower. You've got the gearbox and the gearbox temperatures, like clutch and oil temps and stuff, and then the fork control up here, so you can see what degrees that the wheels are actually, the real wheels are actually turning in. And then obviously your 0-60 timer down here, so it's kind of like a bit like a mini iPad really. You just kind of slide through. You can customize it. I say you hold it down, you can customize that to be exactly what you want it to be, whether it's steering angle, power curve, anything like that, speed, for whatever reason you'd want that, and then all of the other bits to go alongside it. So like I say, I had a little play around with it, and these are the kind of ones that I've kind of settled on, because it's got the essentials here, like intake and coolant, and then you got your temps here of your gearbox and your clutch and what gear you're in and all that sort of stuff. So pretty handy bit of kit, especially being free, which was a result, because on the trophies it is actually a free add-on. You just need to have it activated. But yeah, it comes with all these various driving modes. So it's got like a comfort mode, a neutral mode, sport, race and personal. So each mode changes, as you can see. It opens the exhaust on race and sport, and personal and stuff, and it changes all of the mood lighting as well. So comfort and neutral are in blue for me, because I think that's pretty much standard. Sport and race are actually in red, and then personal is in like a kind of pinky purple. So like I say, changes all the mood lighting inside, changes all the screen, changes the dials, and you can customize all of that to exactly what you want it to be, whether it be the colour, whether it be the dial setup, the cluster setup and stuff like that. So nice little touch, and nice little bit of personalisation to make it feel a bit more like your own. Also, a nice little touch here is we've got the Android Auto. So you plug your phone in down with the USB down here, and then you've got all of this that you can go with. For some reason it's not loading right now, it's showing me up, but yeah, the Android Auto, so you can flick through your phone, you can go from Spotify down to obviously your maps and stuff like that. So obviously you can like activate and just use your phone via the screen, which is a nice little touch. Right, so let's take it out for a little spin. 0 to 60 test didn't go too well because, like I said, I don't think it was really ideal conditions for anything like that. So, but yeah, as a car to drive and to live with, is a very, very nice place to sit. The wheels are very nice size. It's not too big, it's not too small, and plenty of adjustability in there. The paddles are right where you need them. Some people prefer it when the paddle follows the wheel, but this doesn't. These Renaults don't do that. They stay exactly where they are. So I guess that means they don't run away from you when you're in a corner and stuff like that. So it has its pros and cons. But as a standard car, this car definitely has. It's got potential, because I mean, like, with the way for a linear car, the way it comes on boost like that, you can just feel like it's got so much potential. It's got a nice exhaust tone, considering it's something so standard. You know, like I say, like, this is untouched completely. I say completely. It's got a panel filter, but you won't hear any of that. But yeah, like these on a remap will see 350, you know, and like 370 odd foot-pounds of torque, which is a lot for a hot hatch. I know these are heavier than the Clio, but this is no doubt faster than the Clio. Just in general, it's a massive step up in everything. Like in just that little bit of more displacement, it is so much more low in torque. Especially, I was very, very surprised that this felt quick to me. Pardon me, at all. After driving Sean's Megane, so if you haven't seen that video yet, go and give it a look. But I drove that Mark III Megane before this even arrived, and that's modified, mapped, caged. You see it in the video, and that thing is a serious car. Like, that thing is quick, and like I say, very drama, a lot of drama, a lot of noise and stuff. Whereas this is completely the opposite, really. This is quieter, it's more contained, but it has that potential. Like I say, like considering it, like it's dropped 0.2 of a litre, you know, so this is a 1.8 from a 2 litre. Like, you know, the torque is still there. Really, really nice low end pull. Even I took Sean out actually in this, and he said, yeah, this is quick. And very surprised. He was really surprised. And to be fair, like I say, coming from that Mark III into this, I was surprised this felt quick at all to me, because it's such a different delivery. It's so much more linear, so much more factory. Like, you know, like maps from a factory, they're just not very spiky, they're not very aggressive. Like I just found out there, to be fair though, like there's plenty of that torque, because it spun those wheels up. The first launch was nothing, it didn't do anything. So, you know, like I say, I've only had it a week and stuff, but I'm absolutely loving having it. And I can't wait to start delving into changing a couple of little bits, you know, to make it my own. But I've got plans for the wheels, I've got plans to space it, and just get it a little bit lower on the springs. Nothing too mental to start with, but I really want to set my sights on getting a cooler on and getting a remap on it, because I think that's where this car will just completely come alive, and I can't wait to start jumping into it. So one thing that was quite hard to get used to with this was there's the 4-wheel steer. Obviously that's I've never experienced anything like it before. It's not as obvious as a lot of people think, but you can definitely feel it on the turning. Like there's times where you can feel, especially on an uneven road, it feels like it's tramlining a little bit, but that's just where the rear wheels are obviously having a little bit of input of what's going on. So, but when it comes to actually handling, the car is very, very agile, and you can feel it from. Still makes a good noise for a standard car as well, which is nice. Like I say, at low speeds you notice it a little bit less, but as you get up to higher speeds, you notice like that turning, that little bit more precision, essentially. Because like I've given it a little bit around the roundabout, or like when I've had it round, you know, like with back roads where I live, you can feel how there's like this that little bit more poignancy. Do you know what I mean? Like you point it the way you want to go, and it goes. And then the LSD comes in as well with it, and that's the game changer. The LSD paired with that 4-wheel steer, you know, makes things feel so precise and so alert, especially when you're handling stuff. And obviously with a Renaultsport car, handling is the absolute #1. If you guys have got any questions on the Megane and stuff, get at me in either on my Instagram handle or get at me in the comments. Yeah, and I hope you enjoyed the video. There will be more Meg content obviously coming in the near future, but yeah, I just wanted to get a video out there to delve into a bit more of the spec that I've got, and you know, and what it's all about really, because I am fully conformed, I'm fully converted. This Megane is 100% a better car than the Clio was, and that's not to say either that the Clio was a bad car, but this is just the entire package. This is everything you could want in a fast hot hatch. Leave a like and a subscribe and all that stuff like you always do. Ring the bell and do the stuff, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.